We begin today's show with my hometown Miami Heat, and it has not gone well for Eric Spoelstra's squad. Miami blew an 18-point lead last night to the Clippers, who didn't have Paul George and Kawhi. This all in front of the fans, who were sniffed by dogs that we mentioned earlier. And again, it was their fifth straight loss for Miami. And after the game, Tyler Hero said, "This group is good in the locker room. We're just going to figure it out soon." A big part of the problem is the absence of Jimmy Butler. For 10 straight games, he's been out due to COVID-19 protocols. We saw a much slimmer version of Jimmy on the sidelines Wednesday night. His status is unclear for Saturday's game against the Kings. So the Heat currently rank near the bottom of the league in win percentage, offensive efficiency, three-point field goal percentage, and dead last in rebounds per game. So, Vince, I'll ask you, how worried should Heat fans be right now about their squad?
I honestly think it's some concern. I mean, obviously, their fearless leader in Jimmy Butler, not there, looking slimmer than ever. And it's about, well, first and foremost, it's about making sure that Jimmy is okay, he's safe, and he's able to get himself back into game shape and get back on the floor because, I mean, he brings a lot to the table for the Miami Heat. His voice, his play, his effort on the court. So, but right now they just have to hold the fort down until he gets back. And yeah, it's a concern when you have an opportunity against a Clippers team that's missing their superstars, both of them, and you have a double-digit lead, and it falls apart. That is a concern because they pride themselves on their defensive culture and the atmosphere and just closing games and being able to take care of business, and it's not getting done right now. So hopefully Jimmy gets better, get back on the court for them, and they can go back to their winning ways.
Perk, what about those guys from the 305? I know you were big on them last year. What are you seeing from them right now?
Well, unfortunately, George, the goons from Dade County has been affected by injuries and the COVID protocol, and it sucks. But here's the thing: the Heat are in trouble right now because the East is stronger. It's no more of this weak Eastern Conference. To me, the East is just as equal as the Western Conference, and you have a lot of teams right now like the Pacers, the Hawks, the Orlando Magic. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers that are getting better.
Even the Knicks.
So to be 6 games under 500 right now at this point and not playing really good basketball, inspiring basketball, and have to play catch up in this strong Eastern Conference is just not good right now, George. And it's sorry to say, but the Heat are in trouble. They got to pray because it's first 48 right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it, Perk, when you think about it. Look, the Jimmy situation is big. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I thought Vince nailed that. And look, I'm not going to act like I'm a doctor or I even know anything, but I do think that considering he's been out this long, it probably shows you how serious the COVID situation was within the Miami Heat organization. They have dealt with injuries. I think they've only played maybe half their games with at least 8 players. That's a big problem, right? Like when you're fielding a team with a bunch of G League guys, I don't care how good Eric Spoelstra is, I don't care how good Bam has been, and they've both been great thus far this season. That's a big problem to overcome. Like, it's a challenge. I do think that we've seen this team, though, when their back is against the wall. If they can get right, I still feel like they can be one of those teams that can sneak in to the play-in situation or maybe even to that 8th or 7th spot in the East.
But George, like you said, like Perk said, rather, you get too far down the line, it's going to be almost virtually impossible to get yourself back into contention to get into the play-in game because I think you said 6 games under 500. Well, you keep pummeling down there. After a while, it's even when Jimmy gets back because he still has to get in game shape.
Right.
He has to get back into that high level basketball shape that he's capable of being in. It could be too late.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.